Hello, good morning, because it's 2 a.m., so it's technically morning. And I've been wanting to make a video on some tips and tricks for starting a business because I have been running my own business for about 2 years now, and there are a lot of things I had to learn along the way. So I thought I would just share, and these are really beginner, you haven't started anything yet. That's what this topic's gonna be. So if you haven't even started your business yet, but you want to, you're trying to figure out how to, then this is the video for you. So I will probably edit in cool effects or whatever, but I'm just gonna talk to you. I literally wrote it down and I'm gonna read it off and then explain. So number one, I have don't listen to your family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever. Don't listen to the people around you, because just because you have a vision, and it could be the best vision in the world, you could have the greatest idea for a business, but the people around you are not going to see the same vision that you have. Okay, when I started mine, I got a lot of laughs. Sorry for my squeaky chair. I got a lot of laughs. People would mock me or just make fun of what I do, because it's evolved into a lot more now. But the way I started was I was doing tarot readings. Okay, that's where my business started, because I have a spiritual practice. Now I own an apparel company, and I'm doing a couple other things on the side, kind of like this channel. I have a whole gaming thing going on, so you're gonna see in my background spiritual stuff, gaming stuff. You'll see me wearing apparel. I'm not wearing any of mine right now. This is just what I happen to be wearing today. But in the beginning, you're not gonna have that. Okay, you're gonna have an idea. You're gonna have maybe a tiny idea of what to do. I didn't know how to start this, so I said, you know what? Let me start with tarot readings, because I was too nervous to do anything else. I didn't have the confidence to teach, or to work directly with clients one-on-one. So it's gonna take time to build your vision. So in the beginning, people are not going to see the vision that you see. They're gonna see where you're starting, and they're not gonna most people aren't gonna respect it. Okay, they're just gonna be like, yeah, okay, whatever. This guy's never gonna make it, or this girl's never gonna make it. And you can't let that bother you. Okay, because I got that all the. I'm gonna try not to swear in this video. I got that all the time, and you're gonna get that too. Okay, so don't listen to the people around you. If you have a vision and you want to start a business, a company, an idea, whatever, do it, and do not listen to anybody around you. Okay, even the people that are encouraging you, that's nice, but don't listen to that either, because you'll let that get to your head. And there's actually a thing where if you tell people your goals or your ideas, it makes your brain think that you've already done it, so you start congratulating yourself and forgetting that you really need to do it. Okay, so do something first and then tell people about it. All right, so that's number one. Number two, I wrote these out of order. Okay, we have actually picking your brand colors, font, logo, and then making sure that all correlates to your idea and vision of what you want the business to be. Okay, so when I started, I knew that I wanted cyan blue, which is wrong light. Hold on, I have too many of these remotes. Which is this color. Okay, that is cyan blue. I wanted neon green, which is right there. You can see it behind my chair. And then of course white, which looks purple on this camera, but it's white. And then black. Okay, that's my aesthetic, is black, white, cyan, and neon green. So let's put that back to red, because red is powerful. I picked it for this video so that you can feel powerful. Okay, and yeah, so pick your colors. All right, your colors are important. Every color has a meaning when it comes to business. Also chakras. Okay, every color is chakra related. Did I say that right? Yeah. So colors mean a lot of things. Okay, well, everything means a lot of things, but put thought behind these. Okay, don't just say you want yellow because you like yellow. How does yellow tie into your company vision? When people think of your brand, they're gonna think of colors. Okay, so make sure those colors that they're thinking of are part of what you want to be portraying as your business image. Okay, now font is also very important. When you look at a company's font, I'm just going to grab the thing next to me. I have my Galaxy, my phone case, okay, because I keep all my extra phone stuff in here. But this is just the backing to it, all right? Everybody knows the Galaxy font, right? It's just a basic font. Let's see. We have this, right? One of my grinders. We have the Jeffree Star logo. That is a very specific font, okay? Look at the games I have over here. I'm just going to mess up my perfect setup over here. But look at the different fonts on these games, okay? Every single one has a different font, and it's recognizable, okay? People know that is a Dying Light font. If you're a gamer, you know what I'm talking about. Do you know that that's Dying Light? You know that that's Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. You got Skyrim. Everybody knows the GTA font, okay? Even if you don't play games, I just dropped them all. Even if you don't play games, you know the font, right? The sticker's still on it. I bought it when it came out. Look at the font, all right? Everybody knows that. You got to pick a good font for your business. I will fix that later. So make sure you pick the right font. I feel like I said that way too many times already. Also, for your logo, don't overcomplicate it in the beginning, okay? Do I have anything with my old logo on it next to me? No, but I'll put up a picture right here when I edit this. This is what my logo was when I originally started, okay? And it's not my logo now, because I should not have picked a picture image that early in my business, because that's going to change a lot. You know, where's my business cards? Right here. This is my logo now, okay? This is my actual current business card. This is one of my logos, okay? So that's very different from right here. I'll put it in again. All right. It's really going to change as you start to progress and really work on your business. Okay. I keep forgetting the camera is right there. I got to look at you guys. I keep looking up here, but you're down here. So that's very important. All right. So for your logo, you want to keep it very basic and simple. Just pick a font that you like. Make sure it has your colors, or a better idea is to just do black and white to start. Because when you register a business, you can only register it in black and white. If you register it in color, you can only use your business in that color, okay? So when you register your business name or your business logo, like if you want to make sure it's legally 100% copyrighted, because every time you make something, even if it's not, you don't have the paper saying you own it, it's still protected by copyright laws, okay? But if you really want to register it and have it 100% protected, in case you do need to take it to court for whatever reason, which is very rare, so don't worry about that. But if you ever did need to, it has to be claimed in black and white, because when you register a logo in black and white, you can then use it in any color. But if you register it with a certain color that's not just black and white, you can only use that logo with that color, and somebody else can claim the black and white, okay? So that's very important. So make sure you just pick a font that you want. Have your colors selected, but don't actually use it in your first font. Just stick with black and white if you're going to be registering that. But if it's like a social media image or whatever, you can put colors. And then don't pick like an animal or a mascot or an image yet for your company. Leave that for later when it's further down the road and you have a better idea of what you want to do with that. Okay, so that's number 2. 3, if I can find it, you want to check to make sure that your brand name or your business name is available in the registry, okay? So the way it works is you can register a business, all right? You can register whatever you want. If you want to call it Tina's Cookies, I don't know, you can call it that, okay? But there's going to be a lot of other businesses with that name because it's very common, okay? That's a basic name. There's probably a bunch of, I don't know, people in their house making cookies that are like, hey, let me make a business and call it Tina's Cookies, okay? There's going to be a lot of people that do that. So there's definitely businesses registered with that name. So if you were to look it up, I'm going to put the link down here, okay, of where you can go. And I'll probably stitch in a section of me showing you how to actually use that website, because it's a little confusing if you're not sure of like legal terms and stuff. So I'll probably do that. But when you go on that website, you want to type in your business name and it'll show you all businesses that are registered under that name in the country, okay? So you can go by state or by country. Now, when you have a business, you have to register in your state, and then you have to also, if you choose to, if you want to, protect yourself in all 50 states, you got to use the broader one to make sure it's available. Because in the beginning, it's not going to be a big deal. But if you have big plans, like me, I plan to be a global company, okay? So I may be starting in just this state and I ship to other states. But if I want to have facilities in other states, I need to protect myself nationally, okay? So when you pick your name, check to make sure it's available nationwide. And if you really want to, you can try global registries too to make sure. I know for sure mine's not taking because I've checked. So I am the first official one with this name. That's why I picked my company name, Esoteric Insight, which you can see here. It's going to be mirrored, but that Esoteric Insight, I came up with that. I made sure it was all available. It's not common. A lot of people don't even know what esoteric means if you're not in like the spiritual community. So very important. All right, so check that. I'll probably patch in how to actually do that. I'll show you on video how to actually do that, okay? But it's very important. You may want to skip that now, and you're like, whatever, I want to be Tina's Cookies. And I'm like, okay, but if somebody else has a business registered in that name and they decide that you are infringing on their copyright laws, they can sue you for that, all right? So don't skip corners in the beginning. Do your homework, make sure that's all not taken before you start your business, okay? If you have plans to be a real company, all right? That's going to be important later on. The other thing, I didn't write it down, but it kind of goes along with that. Have an idea of the type of business you want to have. Do you want to have a corporation, an LLC? Do you want to be a sole proprietor? If you're not sure what those three things mean, I can make another video on that. That's how you're going to claim it on your taxes, okay? That's how your business is going to be registered. Like for right now, I'm still using mine as a sole proprietor, which means I do my personal and business taxes together. But I'm going to be separating it into an LLC in the near future, okay? Which is a limited liability company, which means my personal taxes are separate from my business taxes. So if something goes wrong in my business and I get in trouble with the IRS or whatever, or legally or anything like that, it doesn't affect my personal taxes in my personal life, okay? Whereas a corporation is you have the person that owns the company, but you also have a board of, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a board of people that also run your company, okay? You own the company, but they make the decisions, all right? The corporation makes the decisions. So like McDonald's, Burger King, a lot of major things like that work like that, all right? The person that owns it is not the one that makes the decisions, okay? So if you want to just own a company in the future and just pass off the management, go for a corporation, okay? If you want to remain the head lead in all decisions, I would do LLC, okay? There's also other little options in there, but those are the main big three. You're going to start as sole proprietor, okay? So just leave it as that. If you don't know what else you want to be, just keep it as that. Because if you have a side business, you're starting one up, which is how we all start, you're going to claim that as on your taxes as sole proprietor, okay? So, number 4, after you have picked your name, your colors, all that, you have an idea, claim the name of your business on all social media, okay? So make a Facebook page, Instagram. I just figured out how to use Twitter because I've never used Twitter, but I claimed it on there so that it's mine, okay? You want to claim it on all platforms, even if you're not going to post for a while. It doesn't matter how long, you are going to own that you know what I mean? Or that hashtag, or that, the name in general, or whatever. That's very important because you want to make sure that your identity is consistent across all platforms so people can easily find you and really recognize your brand, okay? That was 4. That was a quick one, but very important. 5, I wrote down 10. We'll see if we actually get through all 10 and see how long the video ends up. So number 5, we have research your niche and study the others in your niche, okay? For me, it is a very weird niche, which is good. The smaller and more different your niche is, like the more specific of a target audience you have, the better for you, okay? Like for me, it's very specific. It's the broad spiritual community, but it's the esoteric side, okay? The ones that really put in the work and really are searching for the deeper meaning of life, okay? because a lot of the spiritual community is very surface. You know, you got crystals, sage, you know, love and light. That's all surface level, okay? Whereas my company goes very, very deep, all right, where you actually do your shadow work. You actually heal your inner child, your inner wounds, things like that. And the apparel that I have also feeds into that, okay? So I have the spiritual side where I help you through those problems, and then I have the apparel side where I actually, you know, you can kind of wear your progress, okay? Because the apparel highlights your shadow self, and you wear it as, you know, as you heal your shadow self, it helps you do that, okay? It helps you manifest, is what I'm saying. So that for me is very specific, and I could not find any references like that. Like, I was trying to figure out, you know, in the beginning, I would say, like, oh, that's stupid. Like, who's gonna understand what that means? You know, who's gonna, like, how am I gonna market that? You know, how am I gonna show that in my business? How am I gonna promote that? You know, and I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. But it's because I was searching for another company like myself. There's not another company like mine, which is good, okay? But there are companies with similar qualities to mine, all right? Like, I found an apparel company that has similar style and essence and idea, you know, message and mission, but they don't have the spiritual side, okay? They're not offering courses, they're not teaching, they're not doing tarot. But I found another business, a lot of people teach tarot, teach esoteric courses and things like that. I would look at them for reference. So you're going to pull references from different points, okay? It's like you're doing a school paper again and write down all your references, because you're going to want to go back to that and see, and you're going to kind of piece that together. So recognize your niche, research it, and people call it like knowing your competition, but I don't believe in competition, okay? You can learn from others and have healthy competition, sure, in a way where you push me so you can grow. Did I say that right? You push me so I can grow, and I'll push you so you can grow. It's not a, I want all these customers, you can't have them type thing. It's not like that. All right, so respect the people, respect your peers, okay? The people that are also doing the same thing you are. And learn from them. You can learn from everyone and everything. Even if you think you can't, you can. Okay, so do that. Number 6, where am I? Budget. All right. This is something I had to learn the hard way. The very, very hard way. Okay. I was so adamant and so ready to start my business. Which is not a bad thing, but I quit my day job. Okay. I cut off my stable income so I could put 100% of my time into my business. This was 2019, okay, when I did that, around my birthday in September. So September 2019, I quit my job, and I focused full time on my business. It was going great for a couple months. I was doing well, and then my father got in a motorcycle accident, and he broke like half his body, and I had to care for him for about 6-7 months because he broke an arm on this side, a leg on that side, so he couldn't really do anything on his own. And then I also got really sick. This was before COVID was like known, because people thought 2020 is when COVID was here, but a lot of people in my area where I live in Massachusetts had it before they realized what it was. Like, if you went to the doctor, they would tell you it's a weird flu, we don't know what it is, you're gonna have to get through it, okay? So it put a damper in my my business, because I wasn't able to do it, okay? And I didn't have stable income anymore. So it was very difficult, okay? For the next, like, I would say year after that, I was struggling. Like, I lived off the dollar menu at Taco Bell for a year, okay? They saw me every day. I didn't care what they thought of me. I was like, yes, I'm here to get another fucking taco. I'm gonna try not to swear, but leave me alone, okay? I'm sorting stuff out. I'm gonna deal with it because I know it's only temporary, all right? I did not want to get another day job because I was committed to putting in 100% of the time into my business, okay? And I had nothing. There were points where, I had like $2 for the week, and I had to stretch that. It was bad, but I got through it, okay? And the way I got through it is I had to learn how to budget on a very, very, very low income. Okay, I was making like $50 a week, and that was the most I made at the time. because I would only have time to do one client, which was about that much. And it was rough. Okay, so you got to learn to budget now so you don't go through that in the future. Okay, because I invested all my money into this business. I had, I had money and then I invested it all. Okay, and I was not seeing a return, as quickly as I expected because, I thought it was going to move a lot faster than it was, but it wasn't. Okay, so make sure you have money put aside. Like now I'm good because it's further down the line, but in the beginning, I did not tackle that in the right way. If you want to quit your day job and focus on this full time, just make sure you have like enough money for food and, if you drive and you need a little bit of gas, make sure you have that. I'm not saying you need thousands of dollars or even hundreds, just have enough where if something happens for the next couple months, you can stretch it, okay? Just make sure you have that, which I always did in the past. But then I cut off my income. So don't do that. It was not fun. I learned a lot. That's why I'm able to teach this now because it was rough. Like I really learned how to budget and invest my money in a way where it wouldn't take a very long time to see a return because that was killing me. Okay. It was rough. All right. I was so sick of Taco Bell and I love Taco Bell. Okay. I don't eat it anymore, but I've always loved it since I was a kid. I just don't eat it anymore because I try not to eat fast food anymore. Just a personal thing for me. But I will always buy the nacho fries and the iced tea. Anyway, that was a long story, but that's the importance of budgeting, okay? Because you do not want to sink down where it's really hard to get out of, all right? So that was that. 7, we have, okay, this is an important one. We have prepare to be in the public eye. What I mean by that is, are you ready to be viewed by people, okay? And people are like, yeah, I'm around people all the time. It's very different being on the internet, okay? Like I said, in the beginning, I was very nervous because I was very self-conscious. I was going through a lot at the time and I just didn't have the confidence to like be around people. I was more timid. People saw me in person. I'm a very usually a very upbeat, funny person, but when it came to the camera, I was so camera shy, I couldn't do it. Okay, I could not do it. And it wasn't just the camera, I couldn't talk to clients, I couldn't do anything. So the way I did it in the beginning was I would record a client's video and drive to their house and show them on my phone because I could not do it in person in front of them for a while. It was bad. So you gotta but you gotta realize, are you ready to be in the public eye? Are you ready to receive hate comments? Because you will get that. I get that. Okay, I get people that hate on me because there's a notification right there. Let me see what it says for you guys. I'm seeing here that you have someone coming in that really wants to be with you. Well, that's a message for you. One of my tarot things popped up and that's what it said. So anyway, what I was saying is I get hate comments, okay? People that just don't like me or they're jealous or whatever, because people that hate you are jealous, all right? It's that simple. But you are going to get that, so don't let it get to you because nothing is personal, okay? If someone hates on you, they're just hating themselves and projecting it onto you, so don't worry about that. You're also going to get people that are obsessed with you, all right? That is something I was not prepared for, all right? You're going to get people that genuinely think they're in love with you, or they feel like you're best friends even though you don't know them, which is not a bad thing per se, to think that they're friends with you, because I do want you guys to feel like I'm your friend because I am here to help you. But remember that I am through a screen, okay? People kind of miss that and they're like, well, I watch you every day, I feel so close to you. I'm like, that's great, but for your own, what's the word I want, like, it's not healthy to be obsessed with anything, okay? So you are going to get people that are going to obsess over you or really fawn over you or be attracted to you or hate you or whatever. You're going to be ready to deal with all those situations, okay? Just be ready for that. And I'm probably going to do a whole separate video on that just because it is important, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because this video is already really long. So I guess I'll just finish the 10, and if it's a really long video, then it's a long video. So number 8, we have start small. Try your best. Is this focused? Try your best not to have analysis paralysis. Okay, which I have a huge problem with. Because now I'm starting up a real estate business, and I overthink everything. I'm like, do I have enough contracts? Do I have everything I need? Like, do I know enough? I have that. Okay, I understand. I did the same thing with this one. But remember, just start very, very small. Okay, because what I have now compared to where I started is uh like an astronomical difference. It's I when I started this, I was hoping I would reach this point where I am now, okay? And I'm still have a long way to go. So when I started, I had one tarot deck. I had my crystals that I've had since high school, because that's when they were first starting to be sold in my area. So that's when I first was able to get some. And I sat on the floor. I had a $50 phone from Walmart, okay? If anybody watches this that's known me for a long time, you know I had that tiny little flip phone for years. I had to type, plus three times for an E, that type of phone. All right, so I finally got like this shitty little. I have it. Wait a minute. This shitty little Walmart phone. Okay, which is right here. This was it. All right. It was like $50, I think, or maybe like 100, which was a huge investment for me because I did not give a shit about technology. And this was it. The front camera didn't. I mean, the back camera didn't work. It's broken. So I would hold it like this, and use the front camera to record. Okay. And I would record stuff sitting on the floor with my one tarot deck, very nervous, very shy, and I would do my best. Okay. I was terrified. It was horrible quality. It was bad. All right. But I did it. All right. You just got to do something. You are going to suck in the beginning, and that is okay. All right. You're gonna suck. Just accept that. Get through it now. If you accept it now, you're gonna do good in the future. Okay. Just remember that it will get better. All right. So I did this. Even selfies of me back in the day. You know how I hold it like this now for a selfie? No, I had to do this and use the front camera and make sure my face was in the frame because it was just awful. Okay. And if I find one of those pictures, I'll patch it in because you can see me doing that. All right. So night and day. All right. Very different from where I am now. So start small. As long as you are doing something, you're making progress. Okay. No matter how slow you go, you're still moving. Just make sure you don't stop because then you're not moving forward. Okay. Even if it's a snail's pace or a snail's snail, I don't know. Doesn't matter how slow it is, just keep moving. All right. And take very small steps. Okay, number 9. We have start a video platform, which I highly, 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 highly recommend. Okay. When I started with my YouTube channel, which this is not that, by the way. This is my new channel, my personal channel. My business channel is Esoteric Insight. Okay, if you want to check that out, you can. There's not any new content on there because I took a break from that to focus on some other things, but I'll be going back to it. But that's my business channel if you want to check that out. And that's what I started with. I started with, like anybody that's gonna watch this video and start a business, you're gonna have 0 subscribers, 0 confidence, or maybe like 1% confidence, that little bit of hope that you're gonna make it, right? Because you will, as long as you put in the work and the effort. But yeah, that's how and the reason I say start a video platform is because it's one thing to have a business in your hometown or even your state, your area. Like if you travel to different like shows or little venues, whatever, that's great. But you want to have a much broader reach for audience, okay? Because most likely, if you have a business that has the potential to go far, okay, like going back earlier, Tina's Cookies, a lot of those type of businesses are very local, okay? They're not gonna go far unless they really change their business plan and focus on like a national perspective or a global perspective. Like Tina's Cookies, they would really have to think about, all right, well, this is great. I'm making them in my house, but maybe I should dedicate some time and money to getting like a little area in town where I can have a little shop open up, right? And then maybe if they make enough money doing that, they can start shipping and selling to other areas. They have to have a plan in place, okay? And I just lost my train of thought. So the video platform is what I'm getting at. Helps you have a much broader reach, because a lot of the people that are going to be interested in your business are probably not in your area, okay? So even if you don't know what to post for a channel, start, like a YouTube, for example. You don't have to use YouTube. You could do TikTok. That's where a lot of people start. Like there's a friend of mine that I met. She has a TikTok for her stuff, okay? I don't know if she has a YouTube or not, but her TikToks are great, all right? And really whatever your niche is, your genre is, you can post on TikTok and people will follow you, okay? So TikTok's a great one. I'm now on TikTok. I learned how to use it. So I've been practicing on my own channel for a few months. I have a personal TikTok that I do for fun, but I'm also learning how to use it and learning how the algorithm works. And then I have a business one. So there's also Vimeo, Patreon, because you can post video content on Patreon. And I do suggest getting a Patreon later down the road, not in the beginning, because that shouldn't be your focus in the beginning. It should not be Patreon. It should be building your business and an online presence. It's my friend. But my PlayStation is what's playing that. But that's very important, okay? So video platform, yes. All right, last one is do not be afraid to rebrand and make changes, okay? You are going to make a lot of changes, I would say, in the first year, 2 years of your business, okay? And that's after you've already picked like your name, your font, your colors, your logo. You probably already have a little bit of a social media following at that point. You've already started to kind of work on stuff. You're going to change stuff still, okay? Like I said, I'll put it again right here. That was my starting logo. It is not at all what I use now. I've also changed fonts a bunch of times. I even considered changing the name at one point, which I did on social media. I changed a lot of my account names. You're going to make a lot of changes, okay? Do not be afraid to do that. The beginning stages of your company is the best place to do it. You don't want to be afraid to do it and then finally decide to like 3-4 years down the road, because then you're going to confuse people, okay? They're going to be like, why didn't they change this in the beginning? It would have made more sense when they're starting up rather than waiting 4 years and building a following just to change it then, okay? Make as many changes as you need to in the beginning, okay? Because that's the only way you're really going to find out what it is that's perfect for you and for your company, okay? Because you may have this vision in your head, but you're not 100% sure how to put it together, right? Think of it like you're creating a brand new recipe. You know the type of dish you want to make, right? But you don't exactly know. All right. I think it said I reached the limit or whatever for that video. So yeah, make sure that you make all the changes you need to in the beginning, okay? I lost my train of thought. I apologize if I stop mid-sentence there. I'll patch it in if I end up remembering. But so those are my 10 like startup or beginner tips for starting a business, because it's tough. A lot of people, if you search on YouTube, are talking about, actually how to start it up once they assume you've already done all of this that I mentioned. So if you haven't done that yet, that is where you want to start, okay? You don't want to start immediately having like an Etsy or immediately telling people that you have a business. You want to get all your groundwork laid out first, because if you have a solid foundation, no matter how long it's going to take you, it is going to benefit you the entire time you have your business, okay? I spent a lot of time building a very solid foundation for my company, and it, like I said, it was killing me. I was struggling on a budget, but I was determined to make sure my groundwork was laid out. That way, when I do start to ascend and I do start to get to where I want to be, I'm not going to have to worry about it collapsing underneath me. I did all my back work. I did all my preparations, right? So make sure you do that, because you're going to thank yourself in the future, okay? That was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Make sure you have the right mindset, all right? Make sure that you are planning for the future but also enjoying the moment. Okay, that helps with analysis paralysis. Stay present, realize you're in the beginning, keep your eyes where you want to go, but make sure you are loving yourself along the way. Okay, because we can be like, oh, I'm not doing this enough, or I'm not going fast enough, I don't have enough of this. Don't do that to yourself. Realize, like, okay, maybe I need to work on this so I can get better, but don't be hard on yourself, okay? Because that's just going to make it worse. It's going to set you back further, okay? So be kind to yourself, be patient, because this is a very long process. It's not overnight. That's something I had to learn the hard way. It takes a long time. And when I say a long time, I'm not meaning like years. I'm saying like something maybe you think is going to take you a couple days could take you a couple weeks, and that's okay, or a couple months. There's no timeline, all right? It's not a rush. Remember, the turtle and the hare may have been, wicked fast, but because he was so fast, he had to stop and take a nap, all right? And because of that, the turtle ended up catching up and winning the race, all right? Because the turtle took his time and was very consistent the whole time, okay? So that's going to be the most important part. Is how you treat yourself, your mindset, and having the patience and really appreciating the journey, okay? Because it's all in the journey. It's not about the destination. So that is my tips, and I feel like I've been rambling for a while here, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be posting more stuff like this in the future, and yeah, it's 3 a.m. now, just about, so I'm gonna go to bed, and I hope you have a great day or night or whatever it is for you. So I'll see you in the next one.